Hi, and welcome to Vilter Compressor Training, Vision 2020, Slide Valve Calibration Procedure. Step 1. Checking slide valve rotation. Before starting actuator calibration, we want to identify the location of our capacity and volume actuators. The capacity actuator is mounted on the upper side, and the volume actuator is mounted on the lower side of the compressor. You can see the same orientation on the slide valve calibration screen. Be sure to leave the power wires disconnected until you are in the slide valve calibration screen. This will prevent motor malfunction and command shaft damage. The power wire is the bigger connection on the bottom of the actuator. To start the calibration process, you must log in as admin or level 3 user. Once successfully logged in, you can go to the main menu and select slide valve calibration. Once in the screen, it is now safe to connect the power wires to the actuator. After doing so, you can press the minus and plus buttons on the actuator you are calibrating to check the correct command shaft rotation. If the command shaft is not spinning in the correct rotation, you can correct the rotation by swapping the blue and brown wires inside the Vision 2020 panel. For capacity, swap wires at terminals 13 and 14. And for volume, swap the blue and brown wires at terminals 15 and 16. This will change the rotation of your command shaft. Here's an example of checking the rotation of your command shaft. First, we have identified which actuator we are working on, in this case the volume actuator. Next, we are going to press and hold the plus increase button, and at the same time look back at our command shaft to verify the rotation. Please note that there are two rotating objects on this actuator. To the left, your command shaft, and to the right, our photo chopper. We want to make sure that we are looking at our command shaft. You can verify the correct rotation for your capacity and volume actuator by going to the Vilter manual or by pressing the Help button on the Vision 2020, then selecting Slide Valve Calibration, then pressing the next button until you reach this page showing our compressor models and rotation of the command shaft for capacity and volume actuators. This page will also show you the rotation angle for each capacity and volume slides. This later can become helpful when trying to troubleshoot your volume and capacity slides. By verifying the distance traveled of your command shaft. Vision 2020 Slide Valve Calibration. Once in the slide valve calibration screen, you'll need to press the blue Calibrate button inside the actuator to commence the slide valve calibration process. To do so, remove the 4 screws on the actuator that you would like to calibrate. Then press the blue Calibrate button one time. Please keep in mind that the actuators cannot be calibrated in direct sunlight. Provide shade when the cover is removed. After pressing the blue button, the LED light will begin to blink fast, and at this time the scaled input value and millivolt readings will display their minimum value. At this point, you can disregard the display. You are now ready to set your 0% or minimum value. Press and hold the minus button until you see the actuator reach its mechanical stop. You will know when the actuator has reached its mechanical stop when the photo chopper begins to slow down. Also, you will see the command shaft stop to spin. Release the minus button. Next step after releasing the minus button is to release any tension built up at the photo chopper. To do so, push down on the photo chopper gently with your finger until the photo chopper has stopped to spin. After the tension has been removed from the photo chopper, we want to pulse the increase plus button momentarily. To do so, press and hold down on the plus button for 3 seconds, then release the increase button. This will allow some buffer between your mechanical stop and your 0% minimum value. Then press the blue button on the actuator one time and you will see the LED light begin to blink slower than in the previous step. You are now ready to set your 100% maximum limit. Press and hold the plus increase button until the actuator has reached its mechanical stop. This can take several seconds, even up to a minute, depends on the size of your compressor. Again, ignore the input value and millivolt reading while calibrating your maximum limit. Once the actuator has reached its mechanical stop, release your finger from the increase button on the screen and release the tension on the photo chopper the same way we did when we set our minimum value. Push down gently with your finger on the photo chopper, releasing any tension. Once the tension has been removed, we want to pulse the minus decrease button to allow some buffer between the mechanical stop and our maximum limit. Press and hold the minus button for 3 seconds. Now you can press the blue button on the actuator one more time. This will stop the LED blinking and your actuator has now been calibrated. Repeat the same procedure for the next actuator. Once both actuators have been calibrated, gently lower the plastic cover over the base and gently tighten the 4 screws evenly, ensuring that the actuator cover goes on correctly, not allowing moisture to get inside. That concludes the Vilter single screw slide valve calibration procedure. Thank you for watching, and please look out for more instructional videos on Vilter equipment.